Live from CNBC Global Headquarters, this is a special edition of CNBC Squawk on the Street. On this National Day of Mourning, just about all of the major financial exchanges are closed in remembrance of former President Gerald Ford, including, of course, the New York Stock Exchange, a shot of which you're looking at right now. The NASDAQ also closed, as well as the American Stock Exchange, the Chicago Board Options Exchange, the New York Merc, and all federal offices. That includes the U.S. Postal Service. While in Washington, the state funeral for former President Ford is set to commence at the National Cathedral about 1 hour from now. Good morning, everybody. I'm Mark Haynes, along with Erin Burnett.
Good morning, Mark. This morning, we thought we'd use this pause in trading to take a comprehensive look at all the opportunities that lie ahead in 07 in small, mid, and large cap companies. All day here on CNBC, it's 7 for 07. 7 hours for 2007 that you can't afford to miss.
And I'm David Faber. Yes, we're all back together to start the new year, a special one-day get-together. I'm here to help ask questions of our market guests and look ahead at what else, the M&A outlook for 2007.
All right, though almost all of our domestic markets are closed, exchanges throughout Europe and Asia are open and trading. Let's see how the new year is starting off overseas. And for that, we turn to the man, Dan Mann, live in London. Dan.
Very good day to you, Mark, and a very happy and healthy new year to you and all the viewers over there. Well, really kicking off in the same vein that we've seen last year. The bulls certainly in work today, marching prices a little bit higher still. Not a huge lot happening as far as either corporate news flow and certainly volumes running about a half or so of a regular day. Let's just kick it off with the FTSE CNBC Global 300. This is not an index that has a tendency to move by 0.75% in a given day. It certainly is today. 56.18, that particular index. When we just broaden it out and show you the national bourses, Switzerland is closed today for an extended holiday. All the others are up by 1%. Now, the story in Europe is the majority of these bourses are either making 5.5-year highs. Some of them are making lifetime highs, and the ones that are making 5.5-year highs, well, they're moving in on those all-time highs. Hope that made sense. Telecom leading the way. The mining stocks, banks, autos and retails, they're all higher today. Nothing is lower, Mark. Finally, we'll just show you this last graphic. Food and beverage is the underperformer, but it's still up by 0.5%. That's it, Mark. Back to you in the studio. We'll see you in an hour.
All right, thank you very much, Dan Mann, reporting from London. Meanwhile, many Asian markets, including Japan's Nikkei, are shut for holidays. But Hong Kong's Hang Seng reaching new highs. Christine Tan joins us now from Singapore. Christine.
Hey, Mark, a good start to the new year with some Asian markets closing at record highs. The markets in Japan, I want to let you know, closed today for a public holiday and will only reopen on Thursday. You mentioned Hong Kong. The Hang Seng surged 1.7%, record closing high, well above the 20,000 mark. Over in Taiwan, the benchmark TAIEX climbed 1.2%, a 6-year high. Australia also touched record highs, but the South Korean market was essentially flat today. The Thai stock market will be in focus when it opens tomorrow. All eyes on market reaction to the deadly bomb blast over the New Year weekend. Also, watching the bidding war for Anglo-Dutch steelmaker Chorus Group, it gets rather interesting now. According to a report, India's Tata Steel could raise its offer for Chorus by as much as 10% over its current bid to more than $10 billion. Tata, as we know, has been in the bidding war with Brazil's CSN for the Anglo-Dutch steelmaker. That's it from Asia. Back to you, Mark.
Christine, thank you very much. And meanwhile, here at home, we do have some trading underway. Currencies, in fact, will be trading. We have an abbreviated session, though, for you. And Rick Santelli is monitoring it from Chicago. Good morning, Rick.
Good morning. It is not a good morning for the U.S. greenback. The dollar index approaching 83 is now at 3-week lows, down almost 0.2%, and it underscores what will be a dominant force of 07, and that, of course, is handicapping foreign exchange as to how it's going to fit in and motivate interest rate differentials. We continue to see that the spread between U.S. 10-year rates and European 10-year rates is contracting. Will our central bank hold pat? More importantly, will they ease? Because the easing side isn't good for the dollar. There's a lot of debate. Listen, if you believe 07 GDP is going to be where the Wall Street Journal's 60 economists polled it to be, hard
Thank you very much, Rick Santelli. On this National Day of Mourning, former President Ford's body will travel from the Capitol building to the National Cathedral, then on to the Gerald R. Ford Museum. Hampton Pearson is live in Washington, where the remembrances begin. Hampton?
Well, Mark, we are across the Senate from the U.S. Senate on the east side, and I have to tell you, both the majesty and the precision.
David, I was looking at the Stock Traders Almanac. Jeff Hirsch said 90% of the time the January effect is correct. And the first 5 days of the month are the most important.
All right.
So, interesting food for thought. All right, coming up for the rest of this morning, we're going to be looking at the biggest themes for the new year through the various lenses of big, mid, and small caps with some of the leading experts in their fields.
Plus, as you can see, we'd like to give you the opportunity to voice your stock questions directly. So email us now using the following address, starting with the numerals 7407 at cnbc.com. Special edition of Squawk on the Street. Gonna be right back.
Now on iTunes.
You are looking at a live shot from Washington, D.C., where they are about to take President Ford's casket from the Capitol building to the National Cathedral. In addition to our look-ahead market coverage, we want to keep you up to the minute on what else is happening in the business world. And for that, we turn to our Margaret Brennan. Margaret.
Good morning to you, Mark. Did Walmart's holiday strategy of deep early